started thinking about the cars, like electrical cars, and I was like, man, that would be kind of cool to have an electrical car. But then, how would it look like if everybody got an electrical car? Because that's what they're pushing. If I understand it correctly, by 2035, they want to pretty much discontinue all sales of motor vehicle,
of gas
vehicle cars. They want everything to be pretty much electrical, at least in California, from what I understand.
I don't think they're going to stop selling them, but they're going to stop producing them in California or something along those lines, is the way I understand it.
Yeah, so basically they're going to stop the sale of new ones.
Okay. So even if they're producing them in other states, you can't sell them in California.
Yeah, so you're only allowed to buy
not new ones, at least.
Yeah, no new gas-powered vehicles is what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how that's going to work out because electric vehicles are really expensive. How is everybody going to be able to afford this kind of stuff? Especially like lower income communities, you know what I mean?
Well, now they have, that was the thing that got me thinking, honestly, because I was thinking, okay, it's all good while you guys, people with money, they want to buy an electric car, they want a Tesla. I don't know if you guys seen how much a Tesla costs, but it's not cheap.
Yeah.
They're saying they're going to come out with a $25,000 one, which I don't know how that's going to be.
And if you wanted to drive itself, you're going to have to pay extra.
Yeah.
You believe that?
And that was the thing for me about the Tesla. I was like, bro, shit, it drives by itself, this, that, and I try to go make a little package, and now all of a sudden I'm at like $100,000.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I could damn near buy a used G-Wagon for that, probably.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you get better cars for sure.
It's crazy, man. They're over here talking about, the Model 3 is the cheap one. It's still $50,000. You know what I mean? Like, you could buy a fully loaded regular car for $50,000.
Yeah, but it won't drive itself for $50,000. You still got to pay $10,000.
Well, if you want,
yeah.
I guess the catch is like, hey, you're gonna get the electrical vehicle. It's gonna be green. You're not gonna spend money on gas. But this is what got me thinking. It's like, okay, let's say we all get electrical cars, but how many people here live in rental properties or apartment complexes, right?
Yeah.
Imagine what happens at night in an apartment complex when everybody and their mom will have to charge their car.
Yeah.
How's that going to work?
We can't even run our AC units in the summer for too long because the grid crashes. Yeah. And you want everybody and their mom to have a Tesla and plug it in.
For real, you remember last summer when they had to shut down, wait, didn't we lose power a little bit?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Couple hours. It wasn't crazy, but a couple hours for a few days, because they said the strain was too much. It's funny. The Sacramento mayor came out and said, "Hey, everybody, turn off the grid, la la." And then at the same time, he was at a party.
Yeah,
yeah, that was big chilling at a party.
Hey, but some people lost their power even 24 hours or more, especially when we had those storms. Remember the big wind storms?
January, yeah.
Yeah, so that we had a lot of power outages. So imagine if you can't charge your Tesla at all, and you got to go to work the next day. What are you gonna do? Hey, my Tesla didn't charge.
That's the thing. I'll be hella high. Like, what you mean? Like,
I forgot to set up my alarm. My bad. It's like everybody's going to have the same excuse. Well, my car didn't charge. I forgot to charge it last night.
Well, that's what I'm saying, bro, because I remember that they said the same thing. They're trying to push the electrical vehicle thing and all that. And then when they said that don't use electricity because we're not ready for, like you guys said, the HVAC. And I'm like, what? Like, so how are we supposed to all get electric cars?
I don't really see it happening, especially in the near future. I feel like this is going to be like 2050 type of stuff where most of the people are going to have electric cars. They got to make basic electric cars. Right now it's like Tesla, Lucid is making some super high-end stuff.
Yeah.
Audi, BMW. Lucid is the company that started making electric cars, but they're like luxurious electric cars.
Oh, really? I've seen some on the ground.
I invested a bunch of money in their stock before they came up, and then the stock blew up, made a bunch of money, sold it hella fast because they realized that the stock wasn't worth as much as people actually made it out to be. So I had to hurry up and sell.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened with the Tesla stock. It blew up just for no reason. Mm-hmm. People were analyzing. They're like, it really doesn't have any merit. It almost became like a meme stock in a way because that's what happens with those, with those stocks where they kind of made all that hype and there was really no merit. But like people that actually look into stocks and buy stocks and sell them, that can analyze the company, they said that the growth of the stock didn't really match up with the company growth.
Mm-hmm. It blew up because of the hype of Elon, and then when Elon goes and says something crazy on Twitter, the hype dies down a little bit, and then the stock is going to crash. I mean, you see what's going on with the stock right now. They had to lower their prices, and I guess as an answer to that, all the other electric manufacturers had to lower their costs as well. So it was kind of hurting the electric vehicle market, but
Well,
hey.
I was at the 10X conference in Vegas, and they had Kathy Woods come out and talk about, the future of cars and automation and whatnot.
Yeah.
And Uncle G asked her, said, "Hey, if you had $1 million left that you had to invest in something, you can't change it for 10 years, what would you invest it in?"
Yeah.
And he gave her 3 options, but one of the options was Tesla.
Yeah.
So that means, and she's really, she's a G when it comes to investments, stuff like that. On Wall Street, she's a goon. Everybody knows her.
Yeah.
If she said she wanted to put money on Tesla, I was like instantly hopped out on my phone, get my Robinhood account. I was like, oh shit, let me try to get some Tesla.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because I sold my Tesla when it was really hyped up. I was like, oh man, whatever, I'm gonna sell this because actually what happened was it was really high. I bought some. I thought it was gonna keep going up, and then I was like, it's just not doing nothing. Ended up going down. I lost a bunch of money. Sell it, and then it went back up. I was like, what the hell? Like I missed the turn again. But right now, Tesla stock is actually really it's really cheap, and it was a lot cheaper. And it sounds like that's a really good long term stock because it's kind of like. Bro, they are the first innovators who came to the market. I'm sure there's other ones because I know the electric car history goes back. But at the same time, they are some of the first ones that we know of that made a name for themselves. And it's kind of like Coca-Cola and Pepsi.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola is always going to be Coca-Cola, and Pepsi's always going to be Pepsi. They're always going to be second.
Always be second. Yep.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola is the one. That's what you think about when you think about an electric car. You think of Tesla. Everybody and their mom knows Tesla. So I think what's going to happen is Tesla's going to blow up as soon as their semi trucks come out, because that's going to change the whole game for semi truck drivers. Have you seen the concept?
Yeah, I heard they actually already rolled them out, and it's in California. There's a Frito-Lay plant and a Pepsi plant in California.
They're using them.
They already rolled it out. There's like a hot Cheeto Tesla truck out there right now.
No way.
So
Yeah.
that's going to be huge. So imagine instead of hiring a bunch of people to drive all of those goods across the state, they could only drive 11 hours before they have to stop for a break.
Yeah,
kinds of
something
rules,
like that. 12 hours or whatever.
So if you make a Tesla self-driving truck that can just drive 24 hours from here all the way to the other side of the country, why do you need people at that point? You can get your goods across way faster.
Yeah.
But
Right.
is this something where you don't have to have nobody in there, or are they still gonna have to have a driver or somebody monitor?
I think you still need to have a driver, but eventually it'll go on its own.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
the
mean?
goal. They still have drivers, and I heard actually with the Tesla, with the semi trucks, they don't have the autopilot yet, so
Yeah.
they're still having to manually drive them. And the range supposedly is not as good as they advertised it. It was supposed to be 400 miles of range, and they're getting like 350 or something like that, which is not
Well,
Still not bad.
too off. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But
I
how
mean,
long
like,
does it take to charge them?
that's the thing. If they last truckers all day, that'd be cool. Because then at night they still gotta sleep a little bit.
yeah.
Or I bet you they'll have like a lot more charging stations along different highways or whatever, especially truck stops. But you know what's interesting? Again, back to Kathy Woods. So Kathy Woods came and said that within 10, 20 years, or I don't know exactly the time frame she said we're going to look back at cars and think of them as weapons of mass destruction because of how unsafe cars and people driving cars is compared to an autonomous car.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
it is dangerous. I seen and heard about a lot of accidents just today. You know what I mean? And then I seen a car that was pulled off the freeway fully into like the side. I seen like I drive a lot, for work, so I be seeing a lot of accidents all the time. Man, people are dumb, and they get distracted and they be impaired and all that. So people make a lot more mistakes than a computer is going to make. A lot of people were upset with the autopilot crashes. I'm sure you guys heard about them. There was a semi that was flipped over and the Tesla just smashed right into it, all that. But people make more mistakes than a computer can at the end of the day. So,
yeah, but people make a mistake, that's on them. If the electric car or self-driving car or whatever that is makes a mistake, that's on the whole company. So
Yeah.
who do you blame at that point? Like I'm driving a Tesla, right? And then out of nowhere, it just does something crazy, crashes into somebody, am I liable for it, or is Tesla liable
You
for
just
it?
forgot to update your car.
That is
You forgot to do the software update.
that's a big question, man. And I've actually heard some little. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of conspiracies, but I heard that Tesla is hella funny because they had a bunch of crashes that happened while on autopilot. So they did an update where at the very last second before impact, it switches off autopilot.
No way.
So they can say, hey, the car was not in autopilot when the accident occurred. Technically, they're not lying.
Well,
but
I mean, last minute, if it
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, at the end of the day, if the shit's like going the wrong way, shouldn't you be able to take control?
you should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's Tesla that's doing this, but if for some reason the car needs to go into manual mode, I hear that some cars will actually honk to get the driver's attention and the people's attention.
That's good.
Because they don't want somebody. So one of the things that I saw was that the self-driving car was almost a little too perfect, because in cities, like let's say there's a guy on the sidewalk that's just sitting there on his phone or whatever, the car will actually sense that there's somebody on the side and it'll stop because it'll anticipate him crossing the road.
Oh, I see.
So then it'll cause traffic and issues. Like imagine if the car just stops thinking that that somebody's trying to pass, and then you just got somebody rear-ending you, you know? So instead of being a little too perfect at that, it ended up switching over from autopilot to just basic driving, but it'll honk and it'll give you a warning to kind of take over, like, hey, take over. So that's why I don't know if you could completely just turn on the car and let it drive itself, do everything. Because I feel like there's always going to be some sort of like manual operation, you know?
Well, you know, and was that about Tesla or is it like just,
It's just
technology? Because in
technology
San
cars.
Francisco, I was out there, I don't know, like 2-3 months ago, whatever. Not even longer ago, I feel like. But anyway, I was out there and there was self-driving taxis out there. I seen them.
With no driver?
I don't remember.
Or was there somebody just sitting there just in case?
I don't remember, to be honest with you, but I remember seeing it, and I was telling Marina, look, this is the self-driving taxis.
Yeah.
And San Francisco is the first city, I think, that had
Wow.
the self-drive. It's not even Uber. It's somebody else. It's like, I forgot the name of it.
Some random company. Yeah, I think I've seen them too.
Yeah,
They
but
got all
everybody was
kinds of
looking at it,
sensors.
and I was trying to, like, run up on it. Man, I feel like there wasn't anybody in it, bro.
That would be a stretch for me because California is all kinds of crazy. You know, all the red tape. I've heard of other states doing it because they're a little bit more relaxed. You know, like Texas, bro. You could ride a motorcycle with no helmet. You know, they might be more inclined to do that, especially they got the Gigafactory out there.
I mean,
So-
Texas is like freaking Grand Theft Auto, bro. You ride
know,
around with
yeah.
no helmet with the hammer on your wrist. You probably could pop a couple in the air and everything's good. The sheriff passed by, say bye.
Yeah,
well,
nobody
that's your
cares.
problem. Let people do what they want. If you want to crash and break your head, that's your problem. Why do I have to care?
That's
right?
true. That's true.
As long as you ain't hurting nobody else.
Yeah, give people the freedom to do stupid things.
And you guys seen the freaking commercial that there's somebody who really hates Tesla, right? So they put a commercial on the Super Bowl. I think he spent like $200 million for a 30-second commercial.
Wow.
Have you seen it? It's anti-Tesla.
Man, I don't think I did. I watched the Super Bowl. I might have missed that
It's
particular commercial.
anti-Tesla self-driving technology. I'm gonna play it for you guys.
Yeah,
so you guys
can we
see
play
it. All right, so I'm gonna play it so you guys can see what you think. But this is basically the commercial that was on the, I guess it was on the Super Bowl, and they spent $200 million to show this anti-Elon Musk commercial.
Tesla full self-driving will run down a child in a school crosswalk, swerve into oncoming traffic, hit a baby in a stroller,
No, not
go
the baby.
straight past stopped school buses, ignore do not enter
This is
signs,
funny.
and even drive on the wrong side of the road. Tesla's full self-driving is endangering the public with deceptive marketing and woefully inept engineering. 90% agree that this should be banned immediately. Why does NHTSA allow Tesla full self-driving?
Come on, bro. That's not just
Tesla
Tesla's.
Bro,
So what did you think of that?
that almost seemed like a hit piece. I don't know. I've seen a couple videos of the self-driving, and it seems to be, you know, pretty intuitive. I honestly, I feel like the computer is smarter than your average human, for sure. And they're not going to crash as much as a human would. But I don't know. They could have rigged this. You know what I mean? Like they could have hacked the car or did some weird stuff to the car to make it not react.
I mean, it could be fake, right? But
yeah.
because I don't feel like it's that bad.
Maybe some of it is true, but at what percentage of them actually fail
Yeah.
compared to how many people would actually fail? I feel like human error it's probably going to be more likely than like a software error or something like that, right? Because it'll happen, then you'll fix it, and then it'll be good. But you can't really fix stupidity. People are just gonna do stupid crap.
Well, you know what they're saying is that they are estimating. I believe that it's right here. If you want to put this up on the screen, if you look here, some of the pros and cons of the self-driving cars, right? One of them, which is obviously the first one, the prevention of car crashes. I feel like this is probably one of the most important. Mm-hmm. If you look right here, I'm gonna highlight this, but they are estimating to reduce accidents by 90%.
90% of accidents. Dang.
That is huge, man.
Bro, can you imagine this?
So 37,000 vehicle fatalities in 2017.
Wow.
Look, 94% of them were due to human error. So like how much better would things been, you know, if we had some like me and this fool was driving down the street today and some idiot in a Tesla smashes in front of us and cuts us off.
Yeah.
I was like, if that shit was self-driving, wouldn't have never done that.
Hey, but he took off fast.
He did, but like
I was impressed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I see Tesla drivers driving crazy, and before Teslas were even out, Prius drivers are notorious for driving crazy.
For real,
bro.
what the hell's up with electrical cars
They're
driving
fast,
like shit?
bro. They're fast. Like people get used to it. There's no lag. Like if you want to do something, you can do it.
Yeah, it just takes off.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it is, yeah. So, also, you see that? They're saying right here that reports have shown that autonomous vehicles can help save society approximately $800 billion each year. The reduction in car crashes related costs, right? That's really what it's to. And then reduction in healthcare, efficient transportation, better fuel savings, and more, says they can all contribute to the overall societal cost.
Yeah.
So here's the deal: like whoever put that commercial up, could it be someone who's anti that technology or whatever? Because think of, if I have a car shop, or
he seemed very anti-Tesla.
Yeah, exactly.
Tesla.
He might have his own electric
Tesla
brand.
But the thing that he kind of missed out on, he told us about the issues with Teslas, but didn't offer any solutions. So what are you getting out of this? Is this just like I'm just trying to hurt Tesla?
I can't stand that when somebody points out all the problems, but they won't give you a solution. Like,
like
that's how I am too.
Advertise me what your option is. Like,
for real, that was strictly a hate on Tesla commercial.
Exactly.
$200 million worth of hate.
For real. But that's the thing too. It's like what's gonna happen to all the freaking little mechanics and shit if 90% of car crashes are gonna go away?
Oh, that's not even
car
just
part
the
business, mechanics,
taxis,
body shops,
Ubers, right? What other industries? Truck drivers, delivery, Amazon, right? So there's gonna be like millions and millions of jobs that just go down the drain. It's kind of like the thing that's happening with McDonald's. They're starting to get robots to make their food, and now what? And you don't even need to have somebody take your order anymore. You could just go on the little tablet, press your order, and then your food comes to you. And now, if it's even made for you, why do you need people? So how many people are going to be out of business, out of work?
I mean, so is that a bad thing?
Not for me.
No, not just for you, but like, okay, you can get in a job that's like always going to be needed or whatever. People say, I'm going to do haircuts because most people aren't like barbers, right? When are they going to come up with the technology that's going to cut your hair how you want it?
I don't think that's going to be a thing for...
There's a guy on YouTube who made like some robot that does it, but it ain't like really efficient or replicable.
For real?
Yeah, I forgot what his name is. He's an engineer.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, he has like a whole vacuum. It has scissors. It's
Well, I
crazy.
even seen some fools try to start up some shit that it's like a roofing robot or whatever, and it's supposed to be like a little drone, but we still got to give it shingles and hand it over.
Nah,
like,
bro, that's
not gonna be. Get underneath the freaking overshot somewhere where you can barely put your hand in and like try to.
I think there's certain industries where you can't substitute for a robot. You have to have people. You have to have hands-on type stuff. So that's not going to go anywhere.
So I mean, the argument that a lot of people have is that hey, if we do get to automate everything and we don't need people anymore, and people lose their jobs, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It'll just create new jobs in different fields. Yeah. But we have so many dumb people that are probably not going to learn the new skills on time.
Exactly.
Because technology is advancing so fast that, bro, there's going to be 40, 50, 60-year-old people that are going to be like, shit, like, I don't know how to do this shit. I'm going to just freaking quit because
I'm pretty sure we dealt with this sort of issue when the whole technology industry kind of took hit, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
So a lot of the people that were doing like hands-on type stuff either needed to get with the program or they would just go out of business. Like especially factories, even the Tesla factory. A lot of the work that's done, Jeep, a lot of cars.
Yeah.
It's all done with computers, robots, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need people to assemble them anymore. We need people to manage the software system and the robots to make sure everything runs properly. A lot of people don't have that knowledge, so you got to get younger people that are
the new generation.
That's good with technology.
It's basically like, hey, let's work a little bit smarter and not harder and not be dummies. Monitor the equipment, make sure that the red light don't turn on, whatever it is. If that happens, click
labor.
this, check this, do that, but let it run on its own. Let the robot do its thing.
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier labor for somebody that's going to do it, but the problem is that people are not going to get with the program, so they're going to fall behind. So that's where people need to stay into what's going to happen next and kind of adapt to it, you know? So instead of you losing your job, maybe you should figure out, okay, so if I still want to keep this job, I got to go do this training or learn how to use software systems or whatever, that kind of stuff, you know?
See, the thing is, like, there's a guy that I talked to, and I believe he was like 60-something. He was almost at the point where he had the option to retire, and he said that the company introduced a new program into their company. And he said, dude, I was like, when I saw that program, I was like, this shit's so hard, I'd rather retire. So he just retired and quit the job. I was like, damn, fool, this fool freaking tired of a freaking software program? That's pretty crazy, bro.
When you're stuck in your ways, man, when you've been doing something for 20 years and all of a sudden they're like, hey, you got to change up everything that you're doing. If you have the option, you might want to retire too. You know what I mean? I mean, it just depends.
Well, yeah, if you got the option.
Yeah, if you're in a position to where you can
That's one thing I don't understand about retirement, bro. Like, for me, personally, I feel like I got to do something. I got to feel like I have some kind of purpose or whatever. And I feel like people that, like, when I feel like I'm retired, I don't feel like I'll be retired. I feel like I'm always going to be doing something, like grinding, doing something, like flipping something, whatever.
You got to have a side hustle. You got to have hobbies or you'll die.
Right,
straight up, people like cops, especially those high stress jobs. I think even maybe sales might qualify for this because you're constantly moving and grooving. You're using your brain. You know what I mean? Like, if you were to just stop, that shit turns to mush. You know what I mean? Like, you got to keep it going.
Honestly, I feel like the sales job is probably the best job you can have in the world, bro. Because no matter what, you're valuable.
Yeah.
Especially if you know how to sell and you get some pretty good numbers, you're motivated.
Oh, yeah.
Because most salespeople suck.
Yeah, no, that's real. And,
bro, 20% of salespeople make all the sales in 80% of the sales in companies.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So how many useless ass salespeople are there?
But sales is also in every industry. Everything has some sort of sales.
Everything.
Every company, right?
Movies, you know what I'm saying? Like every
little thing that was here, somebody sold it to somebody, right? This stand right here, the manufacturer sent a rep to the store to say, hey, put our stands in the store and sell them. Somebody was sold on that, right? And then we bought it, we were sold on it. So it's like nothing moves without sales, including medical, bro. You go to the doctor medical and the pills they give you and the equipment they use, somebody came and convinced them to use it.
Yeah, they brought donuts. You feel me? Bought lunch for the whole office, whatever it might be. That's the world revolves around sales, man.
It is, and if you're actually in like there's some sales jobs, bro, that make. I heard that pharmaceutical makes a lot of money. Ooh, I heard that asbestos. You heard about asbestos removal?
Yeah, Bateman or whatever they call it.
Yeah, I heard if you're a salesperson for asbestos removal, you can make up to $500,000 a year easy.
Wow, $500,000.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good
That's
scam.
a cool check.
That is.
Everybody's so afraid of asbestos.
Bro, you show up at somebody's house and like, oh, that pipe up there, yeah, $12,000.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I gotta get it out, I'm about to die.
Yeah,
or
you know
what's better than that? You know what's better than that? Mold. Because you say mold near anybody and they freak out and they're willing to pay thousands. Yeah. It's like, oh, get this mold out of here. I don't want to die.
Yep. And then you call it black mold and they're like, oh, shit. As soon as they say blam.
Bro, you know how many types of mold there is out there that has no effect on you at all?
Yeah.
But because you see it or somebody says it, you automatically think in your head, oh, it's black mold. I'm going to get some sort of disease or something. I'm going to die.
But don't they say that, like you said, I think I heard it's either 298 or 300 type of molds, and only like 1 or 2 are actually like bad for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not the point. It's the fear in the word mold that gets everybody. I had a customer that they had a little roof leak, a tiny patch in the corner. It was like some mold. I don't know what it was. It didn't even look like black mold.
Yeah.
Well, these guys spent $32,000 to have the entire living room just torn down. These guys put plastic everywhere. They put fans. They put that kind of stuff. And when I got there, yeah. And when I got there, the guys working there, a bunch of dudes, just like taking their sweet time, kind of milking it, that kind of stuff. Yeah. These guys were almost laughing. They're like, bro, you know how much money is in this? I was like, I bet. And he said, there was a little thing. They tore down everything.
Well, I mean, like the fear of something's always worse. They say that even when you got anxiety about a specific thing, you're not sleeping like all night. You're like, oh shit, what's about to happen? Yeah. And then you get down to whatever you were gonna do, whatever was giving you so much anxiety, and it wasn't even 10% of what you thought it was gonna happen. So just the thought about it was what's kind of bugging the shit out of you.
You'll drive yourself nuts more than the actual problem. You know what I mean?
That's why if you can think, if you disengage your mind, but that's the thing that most people can't.
That's hard, man.
Especially when you gotta do something the next day. You're like, oh shit, like all night.
Yeah. It's the same thing like if you know you're about to go somewhere, if you got a vacation plan, something like that, the day before you can't sleep. Well, if you got something bad going on or whatever, or something that you're stressing on, same thing. Day before you can't sleep, it's on your mind.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good scam. What other pretty good scams we can... So
let's talk about scams because Bernie Madoff.
We can talk about Black Lives Matter.
Nah, we don't care about that.
Okay, because that's a scam too. You guys heard that? There's like 1 million articles and news things, all that. They all talk about how it was a scam now, and most black people don't support it nowadays anymore.
I don't think that the movement is a scam. I think that the charity or the foundation, the person who is running that, she just bought a bunch of houses for all of her family. That's what I seen. I mean, allegedly, whatever you want to say. She just bought a bunch of houses, this and that. Her and her little lover, whatever it was.
Wasn't there 2 like white butch ladies?
I don't know. I think one of them was African American. The other one was I don't even know if she was.
Charles White was gassing on them.
Yeah, no, it's a big thing. Definitely, most African American people do not support that because they done seen it. All she did was just buy a bunch of houses, bro.
Well, look, bro. When the idea came out, right before I found out about it, the idea came out about Black Lives Matter, and I was like, "This sounds like." Cool, whatever. That's what's up.
Yeah, I mean,
I was all in support of it. I even posted a little bit on my Instagram. Cool, let's support it. Whatever.
Did you put the black square though?
I didn't put the square.
What a racist.
No. Hey, but no, the truth is like, yeah, cool. Like, I'll support it. There's nothing wrong. Like, I'm with it.
I mean, there's really some crazy shit going on. You know what I mean? Like, the movement is real.
Yeah.
But the foundation and the charity or whatever they were running.
That's what I don't like. I don't like the movement. So I don't know if we're talking about. I don't like the people at the top who are doing what they're doing because they ended up seeing, hey, we can stir people's emotions, get them to do what we want them to do. They're sending us money, donations, and all that. Let's keep on doing it, and then we're gonna make money off of this. And who cares, right? Yeah. And now the people down that are actually suffering for whatever the cause is. Now those people aren't really being represented properly, and now that looks wrong.
Yeah, what's really sad is that most charities, if you really dig deep and try to look into it, like 4 cents on the dollar really goes to whatever the movement is. It doesn't matter if it's, there's a couple that are real, and those are the ones that I really retain, so I don't want to mention any names, but I would say 75% of all little charities, literally it's pennies on the dollar that actually goes to the cause or the movement. So the rest of that shit goes to the people who run it, the administrators, whatever. They're getting big old salaries, and the actual movement isn't getting all the money that you're donating. Well,
that's why a lot of people be trying to claim with the we're nonprofit. Donate to us, we're nonprofit. But nonprofit doesn't mean you ain't pocketing no money.
Nah, come on, bro. SMUD's a nonprofit.
Bro,
they're still out here. Yeah, SMUD is supposedly a nonprofit.
Bro, but
They're out here eating.
the only thing that is non-profit about your company is that you basically waste all the money.
That's literally it.
Right.
Yeah.
So now, if I'm the founder of the non-profit, I can have $1 million salary. I paid myself the salary, and my company didn't make profit, so it's a non-profit, and all the dummies are donating to the non-profit. And like you said, how much percent? You said 4%.
It's literally pennies on the dollar.
Pennies on the dollar
it's
go to the
different
cause.
for every company. Yeah.
That's
So,
why.
so I can make a crap ton of money, and then as long as I spend it all before I have to do my taxes, it's a nonprofit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
All
That's
you gotta do.
That's a nonprofit right there.
All you gotta do, for real. Like if me, you, and him started a nonprofit, and we started going around and say, "Hey, we got a nonprofit to help people, whatever." We can get all the money. We can go do whatever we want. We can spend it on whatever. We can spend it on RVs. We can spend it on like hotels.
Everything. Hey,
we
this
can
is
say
all for
that
the
we did
business.
it to try to like promote our whatever nonprofit brand and wasted all the money. And you can get paid from that. He get paid. I get paid, and we waste all the money. And at the end of the day, we're still nonprofit.
So as long as the corporation doesn't profit anything on paper,
Exactly.
then you're nonprofit. That's
Pretty much.
genius.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah, everybody should do a nonprofit.
there's all kinds of scams out there. Hey, nonprofits. I mean, not all of them, but a good amount.
So
of
that's where I feel like, you know how. So you said pennies on the dollar
them. Yeah.
to charities. Maybe that's why some people are so against giving to charities. Because like even when I go to the grocery store and they're like, "Oh, would you like to donate this for whatever charity?" I'm always like, I don't know. Who's this?
Yeah, you have to look
Is it
into it
going
almost,
there?
man. I ain't gonna lie. I feel bad in the moment. I always say, yeah, you know, it's like 60 cents or something here. Yeah, donate it. But then afterwards, I always think, like, is that really going to
Yeah.
the cause that they're saying? You know, at Petco, Walmart.
I don't want to feel Jude.
I know.
Well,
I
I mean-
can't stand that. I will donate to what I know will for sure benefit the people that it's supposed to benefit. But donating to these random things where they're like, hey, you want to just round up your change?
So
Most
should
of
you
the-
give out of the goodness of your own heart and just forget about where it's going, or you don't need any proof to do that? Or should you really look into it and kind of be critical of those things?
I feel like if you just give blindly like that, then you're opening yourself up to be taken advantage of. And there's a lot of these, you know, fake nonprofits. There's a lot of them, bro. If you dig into it, like, I don't really want to say any names on here because I don't want to get flagged or, you know what I'm saying, ruffle any feathers. But there's some big ones that I've heard of that are not really legit, you know, like.
And how do you
I
even
don't know.
find
But
out? Like you
I'm gonna
as
say-
a common person.
I'm going to say one, and if we find out that it's not true, then let's take it out. All right. The Wounded Warrior Project is one that I heard of that
What?
supposedly they don't donate all of the money. You know what I'm saying?
So
like
Swiss
they don't
Army knives make them.
for real.
Swiss Army makes
Yeah, they
what?
make the Wounded Warrior Swiss Army knives. And I guess all of the profit from selling those Swiss Army knives go to that charity.
Well, let's look into it. If it comes out that they actually donate it, then we'll cut this.
I feel like if Victorinox sends money to them, they gotta be somewhat legit, right?
No, Victorinox is popping. They're a real deal company. I remember hearing someone else say that, hey, all these nonprofits, all of these charities, they're scams and this and that. And I remember that one in particular came up because that's a big one, you know. But there's also all the good ones, you know. Like I've heard of Make-A-Wish. Make-A-Wish is supposedly
Is it?
like legit. From what I've heard, it's legit. Like Michael Jordan just
I hear that a
donated
lot.
the biggest donation I guess that they've ever received, $10 million. Michael
Oh,
Jordan.
wow.
Shout out my guy, the GOAT.
Yeah,
But there's a
I
lot.
see them a lot, and I've actually seen some videos where they go out and they do all these special things for kids with cancer and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
They do a lot of good, man.
They bring in like big actors. They make their
bro.
That's the whole point of the wish, right? Make a wish is
Yeah.
bring in their favorite actor or favorite baseball person, or you know what I mean, to make those people, those kids, if it's their last wish, you know, make them happy.
Yeah.
Which I respect that.
Come on,
I
you
just
got
don't want
to.
to. I just don't want to feel like I'm Jude. If you ever gave a bum, so I was at Safeway.
Yes.
I was at Safeway, right? And there's this dude in front of me. He's trying to buy something. I don't know what it is. And
Shout out
the
to
lady. Nah.
Flock said every podcast we talk shit about bum. Shout out to Flock.
Okay, so this is one of them, right? So this is what happened. So the guy is in front of me. He's trying to buy something, and the lady is like, "That's not enough," and she was kind of being rude about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, why you treating my man like that? So I was like, how much do you need? It was just like a couple bucks or whatever. I was like, here, bro, I'll get you for it. This guy looked at me. He was a bum, obviously. I thought he was buying some food.
He was a bum, obviously.
And then the lady looks at me like, bro, seriously? Why you know, like almost judging me for it? And I was like, you're a piece of shit. Get out of here.
You're feeding the birds or something.
You're
like,
a piece
come
of
on.
shit. So this dude was like, bro, good looking out, whatever. Grabs his bottle, giant ass bottle of just a huge bottle of vodka. It was like a Grey Goose or whatever. Yeah. Takes it. He's like, good looking out, bro, and bounces out. Then the lady looks at me.
Yeah, good looking out.
The lady looks at me with the stink face, and I was like, oh, okay, that's why you were doing that. So then the whole day, I just felt like, man, I just contributed to this guy and his alcoholism. What a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
He probably ended up getting arrested later or something.
So then I see other bums on the street, and I'm like,
honestly,
if I give him money, is this fool gonna do something bad with it?
Honestly, they gonna get it no matter what. I don't feel like you contributed nothing, and I feel like it's kind of like when you give something. If you felt like you want to help that guy out, who cares what he does with it? You feel me? Like help him out, give it to him, whatever. Like,
yeah, but I felt Jude.
Don't feel Jude. Just know the homie about to do what you want to do with it. You feel me?
When it comes to individuals like that, you know, homeless people, I give without caring about what they do with it because they're in a shitty situation. And, you know, your $5, $10, whatever it may be, $20 might change their life for a few days. You know what I mean? Regardless of what they spend it on. Like, they don't got shit. Yeah. And to us, that's not much. You know what I mean? To them, that's changing their life. So,
speaking of changing lives, I don't know if you know, but we were out there in the streets changing lives.
What are you doing to change lives? Oh, you're talking about the... Yeah, I mean,
you want to tell them about your story?
Yeah, we were out... Well, I mean, I think I'll have to, like, maybe do another episode with that, but...
No, we got to throw it in. We got first of all, shout out to Flox, right?
It was something that we did just to kind of show Flox that we're a little different than he thinks about us.
Yeah.
So basically, we're out there in the streets, and I was like driving around, and I seen a bum, and I was like, oh shit, this fool Flox always talking shit. I'm talking shit about every bum. So I was like, all right, let me pull up on this bum, and I pull up at the gas station and I don't even remember. We said what's up, or he said something. I don't know what. He's like, what's up? Let me get something to eat. And I was like, oh no, he wanted some money or something. I was like, no, I don't got no cash. And he's like, can I get something to eat? And I was like, hell yeah. So we were in the church's chicken parking lot. And he's like about to try to get some chicken. He's like, oh, actually, hey, can I get some pizza? He started getting picky.
Damn.
So I was like, sure, where's the pizza spot? So then we go across the street. Like, we literally walk all across the street and everything. And we wait for a pizza shop that he knew about for hella long now to open. Supposedly this is the straight spot.
Yeah.
We're sitting there to open, and then it's not opening. And we're like looking at the times, and it says that day was closed. So it wouldn't open. We're just chilling there. And all of a sudden, he's like, all right, let's go get some chicken then. So we went and got some chicken. We sat there. We ate with them. We chilled a little bit. But you know, man, what the crazy thing is that I could tell that he was a bum. Like, he was probably not even all there all the way. But man have such a ego, bro, that they try to make themselves not look like they are even when they're at the lowest. Mm-hmm. He kept trying to justify to me how he got a spot down the street. He got this, all the things that he supposedly has. Yeah. You know, it made me damn near feel sad. Like, damn, bro.
Hey, he's trying to protect that little tiny bit of pride that he has left. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we are, bro. Like, we're humans.
We're damn near, we're
at
monkeys,
least
bro.
He got the food, though, because most people are like, no, I don't want your food. Give me the money.
Yeah. No, I've given food to someone before and seen how visibly...
The disappointment.
Yeah, no, they damn near almost pissed. Like, one time, it was crazy. It was a 4th of July, bro, and I put together little lunch packs, whatever you want to call it, you know, with a couple of waters, some hot dogs, like some food, some snacks, a bunch of stuff. It's funny, my daughter was pissed off at me because I gave him some of her Capri Suns. She was pissed, bro. She was pissed. She was like, man, I was like, we're going to go help some less fortunate people, you know, and she was pissed until afterwards, and I explained it to her. But long story short, we pulled up on this one guy. He was sitting in like a wheelchair, and I was like, here you go, man, God bless, you know, gave him a little pat, you know, and he was like, what's this? You know, like really
what
just...
an ungrateful piece of shit.
Bro, he was genuinely like pissed off, like, what's this? I was like, it's a bunch of food, water, you know, a bunch of different things, snacks, you know, God bless. And he was like, all right, man. Like, didn't even say thank you, bro. Like, and that's what makes people, you know, reluctant about giving to certain individuals, just because you don't know. You have a bad experience with one, and you might think that they're all the same way, you know. But the rest of the people that we blessed, they were happy about it, and they said thank you, and they were grateful. So
most people are thankful, you know, when they get something like, and that's why you know they talk about the reciprocity rule, where you give somebody something, they feel obligated to do something in return.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's how it is, man, out there in the street. Freaking Boosie, y'all heard about? You guys seen the little Boosie interview with the Vlad?
which one? The latest one where he was talking shit about
T.I.?
Yeah,
You seen that?
yeah.
What do you think about that? Basically, this fool T.I.
Haven't seen it.
snitched on his dead cousin to get out of jail.
His dead? Well, he dead.
That's so,
He said that his dead cousin, like before he died, on his deathbed, he said, "Hey man, just blame it on me or something." That's what T.I. said, but I don't know, man.
No harm done, bro. Come on.
I mean, I kind of feel it, but Boosie's saying that fool's a snitch no matter what. Here, watch this little.
Yeah,
Snitched on the dead homie.
Yeah, he snitched
on
on his
Instagram.
cousin. I don't know, bro. Even dead or not, you know that is snitching. Look at Boosie. He's like,
Look, he's hella hot.
he's like.
Let's see
"What
if you can
mean,
turn it
Vlad?"
on. You want to put it on the screen real fast?
I don't know about that, bro. The guy's dead. There's no harm done anymore. Why would you have
I mean,
to suffer
if I
for it?
was homies with you and
I'll snitch on
we
you if
did
you're
some
dead.
dirt and I died, I'm like, bro, it's blaming on me too. You feel me? Like,
I mean,
Yeah, I'll snitch on you.
Yeah, no, I don't know, bro. It's just the principle. That's the thing. And when it comes down to the street shit, a lot of times it is all on principle. You know what I mean? Like, he don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck if you snitch. Somebody could snitch on you, and then if you snitch back, nigga, you're a snitch. You a bitch. Nigga, it don't matter. Like, if you defend yourself and then give a statement, you're still a snitch. You know what I mean? So. I don't know, the street code. I think it needs an update because
I don't know.
They need to update the code?
6ix9ine kind of changed that, bro.
yeah,
There's
it's
no more
okay to snitch
snitching.
now.
I don't think it's okay to snitch, not at all. But the street code sometimes be ass backwards. Like, apparently you supposed somebody kill your whole family, and you just supposed to take that. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, you should take shit into your own hands. But nigga, if you're not able to, you know what I'm saying? Then
You gotta snitch.
I mean, I don't know, bro. Certain people, certain individuals, nigga. If you're not a part of the street code, if you're not in that life, then it ain't even snitching. Like, you hear academics talk all the time. He's like, bro, I tell everybody, nigga, I'm gonna tell the cops. If you do something to me, I'm gonna tell the cops right away. So he's not a street nigga. He don't abide by the same rules. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why do people think that everybody and their mama is gonna do what they want them to do?
If
like-
you ain't in the streets, then you're not abiding by the street rules and all that. And
So basically, I could snitch. I'm not from the streets.
bro,
I'm from Roseville, cuz.
You're a solid, you're a solid good Samaritan, dude. You know, if something were to pop off and the police come, of course you're gonna be like, hey, you know, I mean, if it's not a street situation, of course you're gonna be like, hey, bro, I don't know what this guy did, la la la, whatever. You know, you're a citizen. That's what I've heard a lot of street people say is like, you're a citizen or you're a civilian is what they call
Well, I
it.
think this is what's going on. I think a lot of street people, when we're young, they were out in the streets. They're trying to run with the propaganda, the agenda, whatever the case is, like anti-snitch, all this and that. Then they become adults. And as an adult, if somebody comes to your house to start some shit, you can go do something in return. And all of a sudden you get locked up. Now your family has to suffer for it. So all of a sudden they're starting to realize, like, hey, we're not in that lifestyle no more. It's acceptable now. Like, I'm going to call the cops. Like, I'm not going to go fight you in the street so I can go to jail and get in trouble because you want to be a menace. I'll just let you do it on your own. I'll call the cops on you. I
mean,
think that's what a lot of people are starting to think. And that's probably what you meant by we should update the street code.
Well, that's, I mean, like, as you get older, bro, you know, I mean, Boosie's obviously, you know, older. He's probably in his 40s or whatever, but there's comes a time in your life when you're not in the streets and you're not just worried about your street cred. You're worried about what really matters, which is your family and, you know what I'm saying,
worried
your
about my
livelihood.
FICO score, cuz.
Hey, that too. Hey, if a nigga steal your identity, you better tell on him. Yeah.
Snitch on the identity.
You gonna ruin my credit score there?
It was the nigga at 7-Eleven. I swear it was Abdul, cuz.
No, but Abdul. But why the hell people? I always get confused as an Indian.
Man,
You probably kind of look like
I
one.
went to freaking.
I got that before too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Niggas ask me like, bro, are you Indian? I'm like, nah, my nigga. I'm mixed.
No disrespect, but
Yeah.
I'm not Indian. Well, I went to Apple and this lady ran up on me. She's like, Abdul? And I was like, I might look like Abdul, but I'm not. When she heard me, bro, she's like,
Damn.
she didn't say nothing. She
was shocked.
And I just walked
She
off.
felt dumb, huh?
And then
It's
she went and
Apple.
found the real Abdul.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Apple. They got like very strict, non-racist comments there.
Well, especially
Guaranteed.
towards women. Y'all heard
PC.
what's that fool's name? Don Lemon or Lemon something?
I think, yeah, Don.
You talking about the black gay reporter?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Don.
You
Don
heard about him
Lemon.
getting canceled on CNN, or they're putting him through re-education camp?
They
No,
booted
I
him?
heard his name. I don't know who he is. I heard.
If you see him, he's pretty famous. He was
He's like a
super
liberal talk host type stuff.
on
Wow.
CNN. He was
Yeah.
like at the top
Birdie.
of the basically this fool. He can't. So these fools are trying to say that he's been listening to Andrew Tate on the under. Because so they were saying that he's listening to Andrew Tate on the under because the shit he said is some shit Andrew Tate would say, and those guys from Fresh and Fit podcast, you heard about them?
Oh yeah, yeah. Them
Same thing
fools
they
are
would
funny.
say. So I guess that this Republican candidate or whatever attacked Joe Biden, saying he's too old to run for office.
Yeah.
So he attacked back, say that she's out of her prime and her value isn't. I don't know how she said it or how he said it, but basically something about the women values past that point.
Oh no!
And she's like 40, and they all. Well, you got to see this, brother.
So he learned misogynistic quotes from Andrew Tate.
Yes, straight up. And then it's on his own morning show, and these bitches were getting on his helmet right on the show, bro, live. Watch
No
this.
way.
And then
Damn.
the next day, oh, he's off today.
Oh,
Oh, but you got to
Yeah.
see what it
Shut
started.
him
what
up.
a coincidence.
Oh, it's over for his ass.
Notion has been
Oh
the
no!
center
Hold on,
me-
bro. There's
can I
a
skip this?
there's an ad.
It's
You're on
quite
broke
literally
YouTube?
an extension
Yeah, I
of
ain't got
my
no
brain.
money, bro. Come on, $9.99, and I gotta pay for my freaking Twitter
Now we
account.
gotta
I gotta
advertise.
pay
you
for
guys.
Blue
You
Mark.
gotta pay for Facebook now
It's
too.
so customizable.
Yeah, bro.
Tailor it
All
to
of
fit your
them.
team.
You can't afford the $8 a month for the blue check.
Everybody's doing the blue check, fool.
For real, you seen a lot of them popping up. I haven't done it.
Instagram got it.
I haven't
Yeah.
done either yet.
Everybody, Facebook, Instagram, everybody gonna have it now. Is what I heard.
So now it's basically useless.
Hey, but how many times did you
Yeah.
look at an account with somebody's opinion or something, and then if it showed the blue check, I'm like, maybe I'll listen to this guy. Let me see
Yeah,
what
but
he said.
what's gonna happen when everybody named mama when your freaking mother-in-law has a freaking blue check?
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that. We're gonna
You feel me?
Elon Musk,
yeah,
do something, bro.
your crazy aunt is racist or something. She got the blue check.
For
Everybody
real.
gonna be listening.
All right,
They're
you
gonna
want,
come out with like the premium red check,
You want to put this on the front? Well, they got gold.
gold check.
They got
Yeah, I heard they
gold
got
check,
gold
that's-
on.
that's premium.
Which one is it? Twitter.
Yeah, you know what they have to do? They got to check your credit score, run a background check.
Shut up. Hey, you want to play this on the screen real fast?
cool.
Watch what this guy had to say. How he got caught up.
Don Lemon.
Don Lemoni.
Embattled CNN anchor Don Lemon absent for a third day on his morning show.
Don will be back with us tomorrow.
He's set to return tomorrow, but only after undergoing sensitivity training today.
Sensitivity
A memo was
training.
sent out at 10:34 last night telling staffers that Lemon has agreed to participate in formal training.
Of course
The
he
company has a number of resources, and Don is committed to our recommendation. Lemon caused a firestorm when he took on presidential hopeful Nikki Haley because she questioned whether Joe Biden is too old to be president.
This whole talk about age makes me uncomfortable. I think it's the wrong road to go down. She says people, politicians or something are not in their prime. Nikki Haley isn't in her
Watch
prime.
the
He
Andrew Tate.
apologized, but the damage was done.
Well, and as Don Lemon told us on CNN, women actually can't run for president.
Hold on one time. Watch Don Lemon. This was the wrong one. That just shows that he was gone. But watch what he actually said.
I can't believe they put him through sensitivity training. Don't they do that in high school now? Were you part of sensitivity training, Mr. Producer?
Mr. Producer.
No, but they would force us to all sit down in a room together and teach each other how to say like enough to problems. So like you'd be mid-session getting bullied and your lunch money getting robbed, and they would teach you how to just say enough. I don't like what's happening.
Stop right now. That's enough.
That's exactly what they put
And the
us
bullies
through.
are gonna be like, "Oh my god, oh, okay, that's a safe word. I'm gonna stop right now."
That's for like, bro. That's like China. All right, so
China's
let me
got a
see.
few.
I don't know if this is the right video because I want to hear what he said for us, so y'all can see.
And that she is on her way back to U.S. soil again. Brittany Griner, the WNBA star, released from Russian detention. We're standing by for the president.
This isn't it?
It's been 10 months since she's been held in captivity.
8:30.
It says screams at sin. Oh, never mind. It's the wrong one. Man, well, I don't know.
Anyways, he's doing sensitivity training right now. He's about to graduate camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what did you
I
listen
would
to?
love to know what the topics are for sensitivity training.
That's
I don't know.
super
Don't talk
PC.
shit about women.
You can't say anything that's gonna offend anyone, and nowadays everything offends everyone.
Yeah, but that's what gets the views is offending people and just having an opinion.
Yeah, I honestly having an opinion nowadays is offensive.
Yeah.
If you have
just
an
supposed to go with
opinion,
the flow.
you're a devil. You have an opinion. Oh my god.
Yeah, you can't have an opinion,
No.
especially if you're Don Lemon.
Well, that's the thing, bro. Like, it's hella funny because you basically try to say that women value after 20. I don't know. Basically, but what he meant was he didn't mean a woman's value as like a woman. He meant because they talk a lot
they
about
To a
value.
man or what?
So a lot of times when these guys, you see these girls go on the shows and they argue with these guys and they say like, oh, they want a man who's gonna cater to them, have 200,000 plus. They want him to be tall, all that. And then the guys here on the show saying like, well, what do you have to offer? You're 30, you banged 50 guys, and you got nothing going for you, so your value is lower, but they mean your sexual value, like desirable sexual value in the marketplace, meaning as a dating, as what a man would look more. Because I guess for a woman, her like prime time is like mid 25 to 30s when people find them most desirable, best looking, best whatever. They talk about how they're most fertile, all that, whatever, right?
Well,
Yeah.
anything over 35, after a woman is over 35, then the fertile and the way you have kids and stuff like that, the chances of having issues goes up.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
feel like maybe that's why everyone
Especially
thinks.
by 40.
Well,
I
I
think
guess-
40 is like risky. Yeah, 40 is risky to have kids, you know. That's just like their natural cycle, you know what I mean? It's not saying that they're worth less,
No,
but
but
it just
they-
means they're not as fertile and they're not able to produce
No,
as well.
what they meant, and that's why they said that. If you heard, I don't know, I can't find it, but if you've heard what he actually said, so you got to go back on YouTube. He
Yeah.
actually said something. He meant sexual like value, meaning when men find women most desirable, because men like the younger
Well, that
women
is
that are.
true.
So
right?
he straight up told them like, "Y'all are expired, cuz or what?"
Pretty much, bro. I wish I could find it, but
He told his co-host, "Y'all are expired." Yeah.
I mean, he's not wrong, though.
I mean,
Because you see older dudes with younger women all
Yeah.
the time, but you don't really see the opposite.
you see it sometimes,
Unless they got dope.
Yeah, exactly. Sugar baby status, all that, but.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
I don't know. I mean, men, come on, bro. We all deteriorate. You know, 40, 50, 60.
well,
You're not
you know,
gonna be,
for a man, I guess a man is most desirable in like his higher mid 30s, higher, up to almost 40, because it says that men tend to be more successful at that time, and women like successful men.
Hey, I'm
know?
32. I'm 32.
So you're almost in your prime, cuz.
yeah.
Yeah, because most men, like, it does take a while for you to get your shit together and be successful, right? And women look at success.
Especially if you a Rolling Stone, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. 28 is when I finally realized, like, it's time to take things serious, bro. Like 28,
Does that take me
27.
long?
Yeah. Come on.
Let me see if this is the one that he gasses himself out. This is.
Oh, no, is that
guy's
retard.
All right, put this one back. Put it
Am I allowed
on.
to
Let's
say
hear this
that?
one. See if this is the one.
Oh, damn. He straight calls one of the co-hosts past her prime.
Well, he
Like, you
talked about
passed your
women are past their prime.
You're
Once.
dusty as hell. Nobody wants
Yeah,
you.
yo, Dusty Crusty.
Is it on?
Nikki Haley.
You want to turn on the
cuz.
volume?
She says people, politicians or something are not in their prime. Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s, and maybe 40s.
What are you
That's not
talking?
acco-
Wait,
That's not according to me.
prime for what?
Amazon.
Is that
Andrew
according
Tate,
to me?
What's the you gotta say?
That's the comment that got Don Lemon in Deepwater last week. He's having a rough go at things. I
Y'all
think
like
it's pretty
the Young
obvious
Turks?
if you watch even a
Nah.
They be
The
kinda,
young turds?
Yeah,
Those fools
exactly.
suck.
They be weird with it. They're liberals, right?
Yeah,
They
big
be
time.
kind of weird
But
with
that's
it.
not the problem. The problem is that they call themselves alternative news stations, like
Yeah.
the different views. But there's no different views. There's one way or nothing.
Yeah, they're left.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
have you seen some of their videos? They get triggered and they start yelling at people, cussing people out, and that kind of stuff. That's not like.
Well, that fat ass fool. What's his name? Off of the Young Turks.
I don't
The
remember.
fat one.
What's the? Yeah, I don't know his name, but I remember.
Are you
I know
fat
who you're
fuck?
talking
This
about.
one right here.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, his stupid face.
Look at his ass.
Oh.
He looked like a thumb, bro. He looked like a straight thumb.
Now he's past his prime for sure.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely wants that
He's gone.
one. No, he was on bro, he was on the freaking show with Patrick Bet-David on Valley Tainment, and they gassed him out.
Of course they did.
Because this fool kept arguing about some stupid ass shit.
Damn.
You feel me? But because he kept arguing about the fact that, like people coming up and how people don't have a chance and all this and that. He's like, well, look at you. Look at you. It's like, yeah, but I'm different. Like, so he's trying to say you're better.
Yeah.
That's the problem with everybody nowadays, bro. And that's why I don't really appreciate. I don't like negativity, right?
Yeah.
And I don't like it when people talk about a certain ethnicity or group of people that are like, oh, well, you guys are less fortunate. You this, you that, because that just makes you feel like you're worthless.
Yeah.
Who's less fortunate based on ethnicity?
There's everybody from every race that is in different situations.
Yeah.
It don't matter. People say, "Oh, white people are more fortunate." Nah, man. There's white people in trailer parks. There's white people on welfare. There's white people that don't have a meal to eat tonight. You know what I mean? And just same thing goes for any other race. And then the opposite.
Well,
There's
that's
very
the thing.
fortunate.
Bro, that's the thing that I think about. If you're telling a certain group of people that they're less fortunate, that's like telling your daughter that you can't do what you want in life. You can't really do it. Like, you're dumb. And there's parents that do that.
And they're trash. They need to get their kids taken, because if you're doing that, bro, you're just literally you're setting the whole future up for failure.
Bro, you know who's a
Like-
straight up dog shit? As a mom? Dana White's mom, bro.
Dana White's mom.
Dana White's mom straight up dookie duke. Bro, I saw an interview. She's literally getting interviewed and she's talking shit about her son.
About Dana White?
Yeah, how he's a dog shit.
What?
He's this, he's that. The devil's in him. I wish I had my old son back.
She a crazy religious person?
I don't know what she is, bro, but like she's crazy. She was on camera.
I never heard about that. Yeah, I mean Dana, bro, come on, you can't argue that he's successful. Of course, he's super successful. I did see the little video of him, getting physical with his wife or whatever. But I mean, that happens just when you're famous. It happens on camera.
Yeah,
and
but
then
I
it
mean,
gets
like
blown
she
up.
smacked him too, though.
Yeah, no, she smacked him first. You know what I mean? But it's funny.
Equal rights, bro. Come on.
I don't know, bro. I don't think anybody should be hitting anybody. But
For sure.
if she hits you first and you react, should
that's
you be
a start, bro.
headed on?
It's a start, right? Don't hit nobody. If
Yeah.
you hit somebody, you might get hit.
Exactly. If you're willing to get physical, you better be ready for people to get physical with you. Period. And same
Facts.
thing with insults. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me, "Hey, nigga, you're a piece of shit," if I say, "Hey, you're a piece of dog shit," like you better be ready for that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be mad at me.
You better be ready for that because you opened the door.
Well, no, for real. Like, you get what you put out, right?
Exactly. Reciprocation.
Yeah, but as a mom, bro, to gas this fool out on TV, like, I wonder how he feels about that. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't be putting people down. You
messed
can't
up,
put, you know what I mean? Because it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter who you are, whatever you are. Like, if you really want to do something, you could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, there is some people that are, like, a little bit less, blessed mentally. Like, some dumber people out there.
Oh, there's a lot of those out there.
Yeah, and you know what? Even that is like
Maybe they could do
they don't
something.
they don't have a choice in terms of like what they start with, but they do have a choice with what they end with. You know what I mean? Like you could start with nothing in terms of mental capacity, whatever it may be, money, whatever it may be. If you build yourself up, then you can end with a lot more.
See, that's the thing that I never respected people that were like, oh, well, I've been dealt the wrong hand, or I started off wrong. We were poor, this and that. And then you see a bunch of immigrants from all over the world, especially Indians. I don't know if you noticed how successful Indians are.
Yeah, they're gangsters. I ain't gonna lie.
So they come here, they don't speak the language. They barely speak the language. And they go out and they own 7-Elevens, pizza places,
bro,
Subways.
All of them. Subways.
So how did they do it?
Little Caesars. All of them.
They barely speak English, dude. So you, as like you were born here, you speak the language, you know the game. These are your people, your country. Maybe you should learn off of these guys and not complain about you being dealt the wrong hand. Because we did the same thing. We came to this country with nothing.
Yeah,
right.
No, swear to God, like
we didn't play the victim.
Yeah,
we got up. And
well,
we
you know
doing
what,
things.
bro? Everybody can bitch and cry about everything, but at the end of the day, nobody's gonna do it for you. That's why whatever president you get it's not gonna make that much of a big difference in your life. Because guess what? It don't matter who's in the White House and what kind of tax benefits you get and all that if you're not gonna get up and go to work or hustle.
You gotta get up off your ass. You gotta make shit happen.
Well, I mean, everybody complains. I don't know if you guys seen that freaking TikTok with this guy. He was like at a little rally with what's that, Confederate flag or whatever?
Oh yeah.
I don't really know what the meaning behind it is, but the funniest thing is, man, you got to see this. I got to show you because this is too funny. If you could play this, Justin.
Why do you carry that flag?
Watch this shit right here. Let me zoom in a little bit.
Why do you carry that flag? Because this is my heritage. My family fought to save their farm under this flag. Who was working that farm? My family was. Who was working the farm? They were poor. Do you know how much a slave cost back then? Why do you carry that?
You heard what he said?
Whoa, bro.
You know how much they paid for a slave back then?
He said the guy said, who worked those fields? He said, my family was. You know how much it cost to buy a slave back then?
That is wild. That is wild.
That is crazy, bro. Let me watch it again. This is too funny.
This a joke?
No, fool. Look at that.
This has to be a joke.
Because this is my heritage. My family fought to save their farm under this flag. Who was working that farm? My family was. Who was working the farm? They were poor. Do you know how much a slave cost back then?
This was not a
This
fun.
guy's stupid, bro.
Damn.
Come on.
That was the stupidest shit you could say, huh?
That's wild, bro. Honestly, I don't know what that flag stands for, other than like the Union or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like when it was the Civil War. But it doesn't matter. Like leave that shit in the past. You know what I mean? Like we've moved past that. Honestly, people are people. It don't matter your skin color. It don't matter where you came from. All that shit. So when something represents, even if it represents something good to you, if it represents something bad, leave it in the past. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like that's focusing on the small, stupid stuff. Like, you having to carry your flag around to show it to somebody.
Bro.
And I'm not, like, anti any, honestly, show your shit, whatever. Like, it won't bother me. But what are you so proud about some stupid-ass shit from, like, 600 years ago?
We already have a flag.
How many years ago was that?
We have a flag that represents all of us.
Right,
we
use
don't
that.
need to have those extra, like, come on, bro. The people that are hanging on to that, they're ignorant. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
I don't know. Like,
nobody-
see, I got my flag right there, the American flag.
Yeah.
I'm not even from here. That's what I support. You feel me? I'm diverse, but, you know.
What do you mean, bro? You got a certificate. It
Yeah.
says U.S. citizen. You're an American at that point.
Well, I'm an
You don't have to be
American.
born here to be an American.
Nigga, that's the thing is that I love about America is that it's like a melting pot. Everybody's from everywhere else. That's why Americans cannot be racist, bro. Straight up. You cannot be racist because everyone from America came from somewhere else. Everyone.
So why people always say people racist? What the hell's wrong with people nowadays?
I don't know.
Everybody wants to play a victim now.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, though, like, even people who are completely white, nigga, you're English, Irish, German, you're every other thing that done emigrated to America. You're not just white. There's no such thing as white. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as white.
White.
White. Walter White. No, there's no such thing as white, bro. You're Eastern European. You know what I'm saying? And that's almost damn near the same thing. You guys are Europeans. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all done came from the same places. So.
You know what's really funny to me? We didn't know about racism or any of that until we came here.
Yeah, in Romania that don't exist.
No,
huh?
in Romania, in Spain, and pretty much everywhere outside of the U.S., there is no racism. Everybody just talks shit to each other, regardless of what you are.
Talking shit is normal, yeah.
Dude, in Romania, the beef is between the Romanians and the Moldovians.
Yeah.
So the Moldovians have like a similar language, but they're kind of like the hillbillies of the town.
Yeah.
So everybody just gasses each other back and forth. And it's the same. Mexico's the same way. If you're further south than Mexico, everybody's racist, right?
But
nobody cries about it, and nobody calls out racism. Everybody just like, we just got beef with them. We talk some shit, they talk some shit back, and then everybody moves on. Nobody cries racism.
Well, the thing is, bro, in other countries and outside of USA, nobody talks about I am white, I'm black, I'm brown, I'm this. They just talk about their country, where they're from.
Yeah.
Or your family, you know what I'm saying?
Or
Like, it doesn't matter what your skin color is. Hey, I'm a, you know what I'm saying? I'm a so-and-so, or hey, my family is so-and-so. Like, that's what really matters. Not your skin color, not where you came from. It's where you're at right now.
Like, I mean, shit, how many things are you? Like, you got a couple of...
Bruh, like I said, you know, when I was talking about white, you know, obviously I have a white side of my family that's, you're not white. Like, white doesn't exist, bro. It's Eastern European. It's all the different stuff. It's, you know, German, Irish, English, all different types of things that make up what people consider to be white. You know what I mean? And then I'm Portuguese as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad was Portuguese and African American. So I'm Portuguese, African American, English, Irish, German, like a bunch of different things, all, you know, mixed together. And there's a lot of different people that are a lot of different mixes, and they don't even know it. You know, like, I haven't even done no 23andMe, none of that shit like that. I just know from talking to my family and my ancestors and shit like that, like, what I am, or what the gist of what I am is. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't did no little DNA test, none of that. But I know from my mom's side of the family, my dad's side of the family, I know kind of what I am, and I'm a hodgepodge, you know what I'm saying? I'm a melting pot myself, which is what I consider America to be, you know what I'm saying? We're all mixed. We're all settlers, bro. We all came from somewhere else. Right. America was Indians before we showed up. It was Native Americans before we showed up, or before the Europeans showed up, whatever. And then, you know.
Well, I don't even think, bro, that in America, I don't feel like even the people that think about racism, or people that don't like certain kind of people or whatever, I don't think it's about their colors or nothing like that. I think a lot of people judge people based on like their moral character, or what they like, our perception of people, or the stereotype, which gets built from. A stereotype is true for the most part because it gets built from what you keep on seeing. Yeah. You know, you build a memory.
Stereotypes are funny. I know it's controversial, but stereotypes are funny as hell because a lot of the times they be true. And
well,
it's
why
not
are they stereotypes?
racism. Exactly.
What does that even mean?
A stereotype is just a type. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a type. Like, hey, you know, this type of people tend to do this type of thing.
And it's always true, right? Like, you see Romanians always take care of old people. Russians always do bondo on cars.
Yeah, they're always fixing cars.
Right? And Indians own hella liquor stores.
Yeah. Yep. 7-Eleven.
You know what I mean? Freaking, what else can we add to it?
Mexicans always do labor, landscaping.
Asians are always
construction.
doctors.
Yeah, and
Indians are always doctors too.
Indians be doctors and tech people too.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Asians are always really smart. Everything they do is. Have you noticed? Some of the best Asian accountants, or some of the best accountants are Asians. Some of the best doctors are Asians. I went to a doctor. The guy looked like he was like younger than me, and he was doctor. I was like.
I mean, most Asians to me, like, they're computers, electronics. They make all of our phones, all of our devices, nigga. This shit came from China. You feel me? Shout out China.
Hey, China's popping. I heard it be popping out there. Like, it's not even like people make it seem.
I mean, they're very restricted from what I heard. You know what I mean? And from what I've seen. And they're under, like, strict surveillance. Like you don't have freedom in China.
What do they
from
even
what I
want
heard.
to see though? I don't get it.
They want everything, bro. In China, from what I heard, and this is a whole other topic for another episode, but they have a social credit score. Have you heard of a social credit score?
Like the facial recognition thing?
Yeah, if you buy a bottle of liquor, okay, well, you're losing a couple of points. If you get in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a police report, I don't know, say you hit your wife, whatever the fuck it may be, you lose points on your little credit score. And at a certain point, if you lose enough points, you can't get a high-speed train ticket, you can't get a plane ticket, nothing like that, because your social credit score is so low.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I heard they're trying to do the
That's
social
crazy.
score thing over here in America.
It's
Like they're because they're trying to do everything going electronic. So now they're thinking that that's probably going to end up being a thing too.
Yeah.
Freaking what's it called? I heard that you can even get points in your social score for snitching on your neighbors and shit.
Oh yeah, no,
You can add points?
Yeah, you
Hell
can get
yeah.
good points
I'm
if you
snitch
snitch on
on
your
everybody.
neighbor. Yeah, if you saw like, let's say I saw you do something, and
I'm
I call the
snitching.
cops and snitch on you, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get points for snitching.
No way.
Fucking Relu didn't take out his trash, cuz you get 5 points.
Bro, if we had a social score for like the neighborhood I have, the shittiest one. The other day, Marina gets home and the freaking neighbor is sitting in my front yard cutting down my bush.
Oh wow, for real?
Because the bush was so long, it was going all over the sidewalk. And I just walk
Damn.
by every day and just looking like, I gotta cut that one day.
Yeah.
And
So
I
he
just-
did you a
Damn
solid.
bush.
Yeah, and they looked at her hello funky because I didn't. He's a snitch, so I didn't like his ass.
Oh, yeah.
He snitched on me to my landlord, fool.
Yeah.
He's a snitch.
I can't stand
That fool's
snitches, bro.
credit score is stupid high right now.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. if he goes to China, he gonna be riding on private jets.
Bro,
Cuz.
he gonna be on white horse.
Yeah.
Hey, I feel like, in a way, that's kind of a good thing, but it's also like very communism.
Bro, but it's annoying. He tried to snitch, right, to my landlord. The landlord told him to go tell me.
Yeah.
So it's
Tell
almost,
him,
he's like,
motherfucker.
no. He said, I don't want to tell you him. I want to tell you. I'm like,
I'm not talking about your neighbor. I'm talking about China,
yeah.
bro. I'm talking about China. Because in a way, I mean, it gets people to stop doing burnt stuff.
I mean, no.
But at the same time, it is very controlling.
Having a community, bro, where like everyone holds each other accountable, that's great. But having your fucking government hold you accountable and give you a score and like everything affects your little score, that's communism.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like that's some weird shit to me, you know what I
hey,
mean?
what if you get good score? What if you get, like, more hoes?
I guarantee you, nigga, if you got a high score, you're getting more hoes. You can get the motherfucking, you can get the plane tickets, the high speed rail, you can get all that.
You get the raise at work.
So I wonder if they invented that as of a necessity, or just because somebody had a good idea and like, you know what, let's control and see what everybody's doing at all times and give them a score. Because what's it called? Japan is like completely different. From what I hear, is the moral like code in Japan is very, very strict. Like, people are very polite. The food that they make over there has very high standards. And it's
Everything.
none of it is regulated or controlled. It's just out of honor and
That's the best.
basic dignity.
Everybody love good people, man.
Toyota cars.
So what do they
come on.
have? What do they have? What are they doing that is supposedly Japan has some of the nicest streets, and
They got
even like the
morals,
vending
bro.
machines are super, super clean, good food. So what's the difference between them and China? Why are they on such a good path, and then China has to regulate people and have facial recognition to see who's good, who's bad, that kind of stuff?
I don't know, but
What's
I
the
heard they
difference?
even got, like, the technology that will actually pick up on, like, when somebody's about to commit a crime. So, like, the social system that they have, it like, looks at, like, in the crowd, they'll see people, and based on behavior, based on past behavior, it'll kind of start to pick up and say, hey, this guy looks like funky, he's about to commit a crime.
That's scary.
That is scary, bro.
And
That's
you know
like-
what? Another thing, too, because a lot of people are bitching about, like, the cops out here in America. I heard that there's some kind of company that's trying to introduce an algorithm for the cops here that
Yeah.
picks up based on past experiences, profiles, and this and that. And because there's so much, obviously, some ethnicity groups create more crime in America. Because of that, the algorithm will start to pick up more. Let's say if a lot of black people commit crime in America, like percentage-wise or whatever, let's say, then they'll start the algorithm like, that's a black person. He's more likely to be at something. So then let's stop him.
I hear they already have that.
For that.
No, I hear they already have something like that. It's not necessarily singling out black folks.
No, well, it was just an example, but I think that might be a problem.
They do single out neighborhoods, though. From what I've heard, they already have these programs. It's like predictive crime analysis, something like that, some crazy shit. But they analyze patterns. Like, hey, for the last year, there's been 25 crimes in this particular neighborhood. So we should check this neighborhood out 2 times a week, whatever it may be. And then they patrol, like that dictates where they patrol. There's a channel on YouTube called, I think it's Vsauce 2. I
heard about it.
Yeah, Vsauce. They've done a lot of different things, but one of the things that was the most interesting to me was their analysis on crime algorithms, or whatever you want to call it. Basically, all these different programs that the police are using to try and predict, hey, where are crimes going to take place? What type of crimes are going to take place? Okay, what type of measures do we need to take? All that. They're relying on some programs, my nigga. Like, they're relying on some algorithms, all this shit, to help police, because there's a lot less police, especially since 2020 and the defund the police, all this crap. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey, that is true though, because I have a friend. He's a cop. He did a lot of work in Del Paso Heights, South Sac, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he even said that there's in certain neighborhoods that are more prone to like gang activity, that kind of stuff, like shootings, stuff like that. They actually have these
shot spotters.
Shot spotters, yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll
They'll
pick up gunshots, and they could tell the difference between a gunshot and the firework or something.
Whatever it is, yeah.
And the cops will get notified right away. It'll even give them like a basic direction of where the shot came from.
Triangulate, yep.
Yeah.
They got them on like 3 different posts. You fire in the middle, it tells them exactly where it is.
It knows exactly where it popped off.
Oh, yeah. You can literally fire in your backyard and they'll know.
They'll find you, yeah.
That's probably how they got that full shit thing.
Probably, honestly. They got them.
But apparently they only have them in neighborhoods that have a lot of high activity. They wouldn't put them in just
all over everywhere.
They don't put them everywhere. They put them in the worst neighborhoods that have a history.
Yeah, no more cloud shooting.
Or go to a white neighborhood.
There you go.
Hey,
don't do that.
They got cameras, bro. I seen like even even like in the hood, like where we be at, whatever. They started putting cameras, bro. I seen there's an all black pole with the little camera on it.
Yeah.
You can't tell unless you looking. You know what I mean? And a lot of them, I heard they put cameras in Rockland also for the stolen car detection.
Oh, there's a lot of that going on?
Yeah, a lot of it's not necessarily a lot of it going on in our area, whatever, but they have it in place to detect, because most crimes is committed with a stolen vehicle. So they have these cameras that all they do is scan for stolen vehicle plates, because most crimes are committed with that.
Well, I feel like most car patrols nowadays, I think they probably have some kind of technology to drive around and pick up stuff.
They got that too.
Oh,
that's
they
what I'm
do,
saying.
yeah.
They got cameras at the intersections, and on the cop cars, they have these little special scanners that are sideways that as they're driving by niggas, it's scanning every single plate. And if something
comes up, they'll pull them over.
It pulls it up.
It just automatically keeps rolling, and something will pop up. Bro, nowadays you can't get away with anything. Have you guys seen the video of that guy that got caught from a Ring camera?
No.
So it's hilarious. So this guy runs away from the cops. The cops kind of figure out in which direction he went. So they go up to a house, rings the doorbell, wants to see if anybody's there, because he thinks that the guy might be in their backyard, or who knows, somewhere around there. So he rings the doorbell, and it's a husband and a wife that live there. No kids, nothing like that. Well, the wife was like, no, there's nobody home. It's just us, I'm not sure if anybody was around there or not. And the cop was like, hey, do you mind checking your camera, see if he ran by? He has a red shirt, whatever, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So the cop waits at the front door where the Ring camera is. And then this lady looks at her video history, sees the guy running in front of her house, goes into her backyard, and she has a camera there. The guy hops into the trash can and hides. And he just sat there. So,
Oh, shit.
so she went back on and said, "Hey, the guy is in my backyard in my trash can." So the cops went around in their backyard and just pulled out the guns like, "Get out of the trash can!"
Damn, they snitched on
God
us.
is
Bro,
ass.
you can't get away with anything now. All the new neighborhoods,
I'm not
Everything
gonna
has
lie,
cameras,
like,
bro.
everywhere.
If that was me, I would have been like,
Everything.
he got away, bro. I gotta let him go. I
Nah,
can't
hell
snitch.
no. He's in the trash can. I'm trying to get those points.
Nah.
Everything has cameras, bro, nowadays.